And we are live. Hello, puppies, and welcome back to another episode of the Isle of Series. So tonight we have not just one guest on, but we have a whole family of guests on tonight as we discuss some pretty nostalgic things. I have a feeling the show may segue just a little bit, but that's okay. That's what we do. So please welcome on the Boatwright family. Hi.
Hello guys, how's it going?
Good. How's it going for you guys?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. You got everybody on. When you were messaging me, it was like I heard just the one son and the daughter was a maybe. I didn't realize you got all of them on.
There's one more that isn't here, but she's an adult now, so she won't come here.
Hey, I'm an adult. No shame. No shame. Hello, everybody who is joining us tonight. I see Rob, I see Sam, I see Stay Puff, and then there's Mom, who's always hovering in the background.
Fake the snake.
Alrighty, so tonight is Isle of Nostalgic Toys. So for everybody who grew up with just like some of the older retro toys that you can't find anymore, that's what we have set up for tonight. And joining me tonight is my loyal companion Pete, because Pete falls into that category. You can't find little dinosaurs like this anymore. So, all right. So starting off, I want to ask you, what made you want to start collecting for your kids?
Actually, it wasn't me wanting to collect for them. It was actually a joint effort per se.
Okay.
They saw me collecting, and then they just caught the bug, and they found their little niche, and they ran with it. Luckily for me, they love the stuff that I love, and so that makes life nice and easy for me because I enjoy the hunt even more when we're hunting for Masters of the Universe or G.I. Joes or Star Wars or Turtles or anything like that. It makes the hunt a little more enjoyable. But yeah, they actually got the bite from me, just seeing me collect stuff.
So what overall do you guys collect? If you each have your own niche, is that how you say that? Your own thing that you like. What is it that
I collect more girl toys. I have mostly strawberry shortcakes, Care Bears, My Little Ponies, like that stuff.
Right.
And then Polly Pockets and all that.
All the 80s goodness for girls.
I was gonna say, God, those things are so old.
He's kind of like me. He kind of likes a little bit of everything that I like. So me and him don't necessarily focus on one line. We like it all. I like to have a little bit of everything that I remember nostalgia-wise or from my youth that I didn't have the opportunity to get. I try to get now if I can afford it. Now old toys are getting to be so expensive. Hard to throw down that cash when you got a lot of mouths to feed,
I'm like glad I'm an adult now and I don't need any more toys. I'm like, I got what I need and I'm happy.
Hey Tommy, you get a Care Bear stare? I'm just wondering.
So I know that you guys, because we had sent you that AOK, and I know that you guys like a lot of the Thundercats, He-Man.
Love this thing. This thing is absolutely beautiful, and the shape is like amazing.
I know. Well, because we had gotten it from a friend because we're huge Thundercat fans. We have all of the seasons, literally all underneath our entertainment center. Awesome. And when she had heard that we were fans, she's like, "Hey, look, I don't. Was it her son? Was it her son who
It was
had
her
it?
son, and then she held on to it for 20 years.
Yeah, and then
she gave it to me, without the sword, which is sad.
But
because it came with the sword, but we didn't have it.
It don't even matter. This thing is insane. I'm not necessarily, when I collect, I'm not necessarily one that has to have a complete figure. As long as I have the figure, that's more or less what I'm worried about. If it comes with a weapon or any kind of accessories, awesome. If not, I'm not breaking my neck or my wallet to search out to complete them, you know.
Because accessories go for
A lot of
more
accessories go more than the character.
Right.
depending on the
Or like
accessory.
if you have like a character that comes just as is, it's like $2. But then if you have a character with like a set, it's like $20.
Yeah,
It's like
like I recently got a beautiful 1977. It's on the first 12 Star Wars figures.
oh
A Chewbacca.
Oh,
wow.
He doesn't have his gun, but I don't care. If I try to go get his original gun,
He's more
it's going to be
expensive than
like
him.
more or just as much as the figure itself.
well, Cookie wants to know how many Star Wars pieces in all do you have? Do you even know?
Well, I have like different variety of years. I just recently this year and this year, was it this year we started? Yeah, this year I think we started the original, so trying to get the original 1977 line, get the
Right.
first 12. But I do have like some newer figures. It's not a lot. I have 6.
Just has the wall lined up for him to be able to look at.
It's hard to say. I have like 10 or 12 in here, not to mention
Wow.
some of the like little loose figures the kids have in their rooms and
We
stuff.
have a play set.
Yeah, we
This
got
is
like
more 90s.
we got like some 90s stuff.
Ooh.
Star Wars. And we have a little.
This was A-OK by Mr. Stone Cold Steve Whiting.
And we also
Oh, he's the bomb.
R2D2.
Yeah. So we got little stuff here and there, but out of the original line, I just have
Just some.
6 right now.
We got
Nice.
Han, Leia,
Not
Viper's
bad.
Tank,
So,
IG-88,
but
Chewbacca,
those are
and Obi-Wan.
1970 ones,
That
man. They're
Obi-Wan.
expensive.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
I
and probably
bet.
really hard to find as well. I mean, I know you guys said that you had just been using like this year to find them, but has it been like months in between each figure you found, or has it been like fairly easy?
It's been sort of fairly easy.
I bought a couple online, and then a couple months ago.
We went
We
to
went
like
to-
this comic book store and they had like
They had
tons.
like
and
two
so we got like
little
a
shelves,
lot.
and we got an Obi-Wan there.
Yeah. There's a comic shop / vintage toy store in Tampa.
Oh,
I used to go to all the time when they had the comic stuff, but now it's all vintage toys, and they have peg after peg after peg full of old vintage Star Wars figures on the peg, and just
Yeah, good.
like they'll have like 10 figures deep of all the same character on each, different characters on each peg.
wow.
And they have like
So you just pick out the one that you can afford because they're priced by condition, if they're complete, so on and so forth.
You gotta wonder where they get them all from. Like, geez.
That's crazy. What I really wanted, I wanted the old Boba Fett.
but he was the most expensive.
How much
there.
was
He was
it?
like 55.
He was like
70.
50 something dollars,
Something
He was
like
complete,
79.
but I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
Oh
Because, I
my
mean,
gosh.
it's better to get more.
So I'm like, can I get these 3 figures or get this one? So we got the 3 figures.
'Cause it-
Well, yeah, I mean,
well, that
more
makes more
is, yeah,
sense,
more
yeah.
for less.
Yeah.
but the-
Oh my gosh, that'd be an awkward thing to come home. Hey, hey, honey, I got this figure. How much was it? It
Exactly.
cost just about as much as dinner's gonna cost us.
Exactly.
Here, here's our awesome Obi-Wan.
And he still has his
Ooh.
lightsaber.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
Escape.
Wow. So, do each of you have an ultimate favorite toy?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
for
that's
example,
what.
the Sunshine Bear, like, oh, is that Castle Grayskull? Cool.
This is what he's holding up. This is his play Castle Grayskull.
Aw,
He
That
loves
is
that is
awesome.
awesome.
Oh, the little Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Aw.
But yeah, last Christmas, it was an expensive Christmas because I pretty much got the kids all vintage toys that they were wanting.
how expensive that was.
Yep,
Too expensive.
How many?
lots of money. But yeah, they all, I went out and I looked for old Care Bears or ponies and some Masters of the Universe for him. I got him some Masters of the Universe because he loves it, and
He got
Right.
yeah, so
How many times have you heard the Funshine song since we sent that to you?
Yeah, did you guys figure out how to get it to play?
no.
Oh,
What?
really? Does it go?
Did we?
Yeah, it was the Care Bear song.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it
yeah.
plays music.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We
like a duck.
got we threw batteries in it, and
How will
I don't know.
like me like
You
a
said
duck?
Oh my
that.
god, I can't believe you remember that.
Do you know how many times I've heard that song?
You said I don't know nothing about Care Bear. She's the Care Bear guru.
And
Well,
when
then
we got
she should
batteries
know the song.
Baby Brown grabbed it and was running around the house, clicking the button over and over and over and over again.
No, I remember the original movie that went with that with
with Sunshine.
with-
Yeah. Oh
I
my
know,
gosh.
dude,
It's
that
something
movie's-
about jokes or
yeah, it was Journey to Joke a lot or something along those lines. Yeah. But
joke
dude,
lot.
I think
Yeah.
that movie was from like
I'm not sure.
1998 or something like that, something along those lines.
A-Team. Yeah. So do you guys know who Monster
Oh
High
gosh,
is?
no. Oh gosh, no.
Okay, no, show them. Do you guys know Monster High? Come on, put it on.
These arose in like what, the early 2000s.
That was Rena's obsession, and I
Um,
spent a fortune on Monster High dolls.
Yeah, those are right after the Bratz figures.
Yeah.
Yes, that is where it was the daughters of all the different mythological monsters.
MONST.
Oh my gosh, I know. I
We
know.
had to watch all the animated shows.
Well, because I was like 9 or 10 or so when we had discovered them all, and I remember having to beg her for my first one because I had like a little bit of money, and I'm like, let's go to Walmart and let's find one of them. Well, and I'm slightly OCD, so it's like, no. You need to get them in order of appearance on the show.
You used to have like 40 before we A-okay'd Don.
Yeah.
Alistair and his daughters. with them.
Yeah.
We sent them like 30 Monster High dolls.
I
Yeah.
seriously, I had so many that they lined my curtain in my room. There was a stack that used to be near one of my dressers, and then there was some that was tucked in the closet. I had just tons and tons
Yeah,
and
you've only
tons
got,
of these dolls.
10 left?
I only have like 10. It was
Yeah.
just some of the ones that we couldn't give away. Like, this is one of the good ones that like actually made it out okay, but all the other ones that were decent we had sent out because it's like, I don't need them anymore.
That's what happened to a lot of my toys. The only thing I held on through the years was my turtles.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And so whenever he got to be old enough, I'm like, well, here, you can have mine, before I started getting back into the collecting thing. 'Cause
Right.
He's seen I had one of those like collector cases full of them. And he's like, looking, he wanted to play with them and stuff like. So I just broke down and said, here, you can have them. And then she came along. When she was real little, she would get mad at him, and she snapped a couple of them.
Oh! His heart!
You
Oh!
don't like to talk about that.
Oh, his heart!
So I
Oh!
lost quite a few of my original figures due
But
to
we still have some
anger.
of them. We still have some of them.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
gosh!
still have quite a bit, but I got to
I
rebuild
remember
them.
the light bright. Did you guys? Oh, you never had a light bright, did you, Jim? Do you remember the light bright?
I
We
do.
have
We,
one.
we actually have one.
We bought one.
Really?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
the butterfly was my ultimate favorite. I loved the light bright.
Yeah.
So the light bright. Oh my gosh, Jim, explain to her what the light bright is.
The Light Bright is like a little
Tablet.
looks like a tablet size type thing, and it's got all these little colored pegs, and you can put them in.
And
And
Oh
there's a
no, I remember that. We used to have one for Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
Never
there's a
mind, I
light
know what it
inside
is
You
now.
did have a Scooby-Doo light
oh,
bright.
papers
Yes,
with
that's
like
Yeah.
little sheets,
Like-
and then it was
yeah.
numbered.
Right, and then you'd peg them in, and when you were done, you would see the
Turn on
glowing
the light, and yeah.
image. Oh
Yep.
my gosh, the name sounded familiar, but I'm like, I don't know what that is. I know now. I used to have a ton for Scooby Doo. I remember now.
The one that we have, we
It's
actually
newer.
found. It's a newer one that we found actually at Target.
Walmart.
Oh wow.
Target,
Yeah.
because we got it for Christmas for the
But it
kids.
was made to look like the original.
Yeah, so it looks just like the original.
Oh, that's really cool. So kind of retro and kind of
Yeah.
non-retro at the same time.
Right, straight down to the box. I think the box even looked.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
looked
original.
like the original.
And they made it look like it was weird and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it had tears and stuff.
Wow. Dang, that's cool. I saw, yeah, okay, I saw him coming around the counter. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to move. Okay, chairs move.
All right, so what is up, everybody, and welcome to BBA 99's Fire Facts. Yay! All right, so that's
Man.
fact number.
See that shirt?
Huh?
See that shirt?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. All right. All right. Now, fact number 1 is that Jim loves the color black. Black is a pretty cool color. I like it because it represents shadows, and shadows are nice.
Our cat's name is Shadow.
Yeah, the nighttime is where you sleep, you know. And all right, now
We've never had a guest that wanted black.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, like black. This is the first
That's
time we've
pretty
rocked
cool,
the
yeah.
color. Yeah. Uh-huh.
all right.
Look
Number
at
2
that.
is that Jim loves meatloaf, not the band, but the food. All right. And number 3 is that the weirdest place that Jim has been is when he slept in a stranger's house. I'll let you take over that story.
We totally want to know that story.
I know. Okay, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, okay, this is gonna have to inspire
Yeah, we're
a
all
brief segue.
intrigued, all intrigued.
Okay. Back in my youth, I took a trip out of state. I went, you guys know I'm from Central Florida. And I went out of state. I went up to Boston. And I was staying outside of Boston with the person I was going up there with. And the person's like, she was from there. And she called her friends and like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's hang out. Let's go do stuff. Well, friend was in the other side of town. Come over, picks us up, takes us 45 minutes or an hour away to Hull. Hull in Massachusetts is kind of like a little island, like San Francisco Island. Like everything, all the hills are like that, and
Okay.
and it's right on the water, right on the ocean.
Wow.
And and it was nighttime when we got there, and so I'm sorry, it was still daylight, but it was getting dark, and it was cold. It was in February when we were there, and the friend that drove us there got called into work, and she's like, I can't take you guys home. So we were stranded in this little town, per se, nowhere to go. It was cold. The wind was blowing. It was freezing. We hunkered down into this. They were building a house in that neighborhood, and you could literally take a rock and throw it in the ocean. It was that close.
Wow.
Wow.
And all that cold air was coming off the ocean. So we had to hunker down in this house that was being built. Didn't have no roof, didn't have no windows. It was just the
shell. Yeah.
It was just the cinder blocks, basically. And we're like hunkered down cold. And then we were walking around and didn't have really any cash or anything. Nobody could come get us until the next morning. So we were roaming the streets, and luckily somebody that was with us knew of an acquaintance. Say, hey, I kind of know these people through so-and-so. Let's go talk to them. And luckily for us, they let us spend the night in their house. And
Oh, wow.
that was very uneasy because when we got there, they were having a party, and I didn't know none of these people. And it's like, it was strange, but they had hospitality and they let us stay there.
That's
Dang,
awesome.
man.
That is not something that would happen, I think, in today's day and
No.
age. No.
No.
Yeah.
And we got picked up the next morning.
Well, good.
Wow. Gosh.
I know. Well, cause when you were growing up, when you and Dad had your place, you had friends coming over all the time. But then we had a friend who would come over and stay with us for a while, and we had a neighbor look at us and be like, "You can't let her come over all the time." And we were like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because she's avoiding home and she needs to be home." And it's
She
like,
was underage.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just weird though. So I wanted to ask, how long have all of you guys been collecting for now? Like, did it kind of just start recently, or is it like what? Because you said that they all started collecting because of what you were getting, but like, how long have you guys been getting stuff?
You take it away.
I was collecting maybe about for 5 years. Boats was maybe about 6.
No, it was a bit longer.
Yeah.
Give or take. She's about 4 or 5 years. He's about 5 or 6 years or so.
About 7.
Well, since about 2012, actually. So yeah,
Yeah, I've been collecting since.
because he started with his turtles, the 2012 turtles.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
you have the
Kate
original.
has so many
Kate
of
has some of those
Oh my
somewhere.
gosh,
Yeah.
I used to love that show.
He
I'm
has
not
so
joking.
many of them, it's not even funny. It's ridiculous.
Teenage
When we
Mutant
were little,
Ninja Turtles.
when
Oh my God, that
episodes
was such a great
premiered,
show.
we would wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and walk out to the living room and to watch Turtles.
Yeah, I remember watching them on the show premiere on my CRTV in my bedroom.
Oh,
my
goodness.
gosh.
Yes, we remember.
Well, we would get
oh
up
my
early
gosh.
because they would play like wicked early on our Saturday morning
yeah.
cartoons. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so did you guys watch the new like CW version?
CW version. You mean
or-
Nickelodeon?
Oh, was it Nickelodeon?
The 2012 one was Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Nickelodeon owns the rights to turtles now
I've seen
for the
that.
cartoons and stuff.
I've seen this version of Ninja Turtles. I've seen all 5 seasons, like over 100 times. Like probably more times than people have watched The Office.
Right.
Okay, but did you guys watch the new one or the old one?
I can't watch it.
We don't
I
like
try-
to like.
Yeah, no, that's because those are the collectibles that win with. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god, we have so many of those. We've got like the cockroach. We've got like
We have like all the
turtle
figurines.
Yeah, we have all of
like,
them,
oh
yeah.
my gosh,
I used
yeah.
to be obsessed.
We're missing.
Dang.
Yeah, I can't. The newest one I can't watch. It's too it's too dumbed down for me.
Oh, I haven't
Oh.
even seen that one.
We
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
bothered.
we
We're like
started
2012
advertising it.
forever.
Oh yeah, right? Oh gosh.
We take.
It's like what they did to the. It's basically like. Have you guys seen the new Thundercats?
Oh,
Unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah, to me that's
Yeah.
what the new Turtles is like. To me, it's kind of.
Oh.
I just can't get behind
And
it.
you come from such a cool show with such an amazing story
And they just
to
make
this. It's not
Right?
cool.
We're
And
trying to reboot it and have nothing to use.
This is a disaster.
He looks like he's a robot, but in the actual show, he isn't. He's not
Yeah.
a robot.
Yeah, they changed so much around. It's not even
It's not-
real
It's not
Thundercats. or
even
Turtles.
Thundercats. It's like
But back to the thing. I've been collecting off and on for about 32 years.
Wow.
Oh wow.
1988 is when it started for me, and when I started my turtles, getting turtles, that's when I started.
Right.
So, do each of you have a favorite toy? Like,
Yeah.
Like individually, a favorite, all-time favorite toy.
I don't, because that's like trying to pick a favorite child.
your child for your toys.
Well, then just show off a couple of favorites then.
We want to see what you got going.
Yeah,
Let's see
what's
your
a couple of
collection.
favorites?
This is one of my favorites. I've
Oh,
always
that's like
liked as a
Oh,
kid.
wow, that's awesome.
And this was from when the second movie came out. This is
Right.
when they made them like rubbery, and stuff, and you could pop the arms off, and they're not like the hard plastic old school figures. And ever since I've seen that when that came out, I fell in love with this, and I made sure nothing ever happened. I never gave this one to them when they were. This was the only one. So you can have them all, but just don't touch this one.
Oh.
Nice.
So that one's special. Right now, it's a newer toy, but this one stands right next on my nightstand looking at me while I sleep. That's my Mandalorian. He protects me.
That one's really neat. You even got like the head turned with like the cape swooped over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had his blaster.
Ooh,
And
cookie
his
thrown
blaster usually
down.
hangs in his back.
Now, my grail, or one of my favorites I own. It's gonna look weird. It's gonna be weird, but from Masters of the Universe, you got Sprout Snout.
I don't even
I
know
don't
who
even
that
know
is.
him. Wow.
I don't know why, but when I saw him, I just fell in love with him. I just thought, man, that guy looks awesome. It's an elephant with
These
purple
are
gloves.
cool.
I honestly didn't
Yeah,
even
no,
know he
know
must
that
have come in
guy.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a water gun.
I don't know
he
why.
squirts
It
water.
just squirt.
You
Just
put
put
water
water.
in here, and then he'll squirt out water through his snout.
Well, I mean, that's just fun in general. I mean, like you
Right?
don't
It's like-
see that every
They
day.
made a lot. They made a lot of gimmicks back in the day for kids. You know.
Like Ninja
They
Turtles,
have
but a little bit worse.
they had this little He-Man, and you could screw off the head and put water in it.
Right.
So you could like squish it,
That's
squish its head.
which
it
one
would
was that
spray
one?
water out of
It's
its
like
mouth. It
Cobra
was like a
something.
frog.
yeah, the Cobra.
Yeah, they were like little bath toys and stuff like that, like where you could like squeeze it and it would like spray.
Yeah.
I always wanted the Ninja Turtle bath toys, like from the 88. Like they had this really cool Donatello, and you'd like wind him up, and his like legs would paddle, and like
Oh, wow.
roughly if you wind him up, he'll break dance, and like crazy stuff like that.
I just remember the submarine that they made that you could like take in the pool and whatever from the 2012 series. Was that?
I don't have that one.
Yep.
I don't have much of the playsets or any of that kind of stuff.
This was kind of a favorite for me and
This
him
was
because
our first He-Man.
this is what kind of got the Masters Universe ball rolling. Because I remember
We didn't know
playing with this when I was a kid.
I don't know who that is either.
This is Too Bad.
it was too bad.
Punch himself in
They
the
punched
face.
themselves in the face.
And they fight a lot in the
But
show.
we found this when he was broken. His
Leg.
his leg bands were broken when we went to a yard sale. And I got a couple G1 Transformers, and I got this guy for like 50 cents, the whole bag.
50 cents.
Wow.
They didn't know what they had. They didn't care. They were just trying to get rid of the stuff. And
Show the G1.
he got this. I told him, yeah, man, I used to play with this
Me
when
and
I was a
Bo.
kid, and that's how the love got started with
Me
him.
and Bo didn't know what He-Man was until we got home, and Dad turned it on, and we just glued our eyes, and so did Abram. That's how Abram like vintage toys.
Here's the other Transformers we got.
Oh, the Transformers.
His
This is awesome.
plastic
Yeah,
in
this
the
was
front.
part of the deal too.
Amazing.
This Soundwave,
For like $1.
less. Well, they wanted 50 cents, but I gave
They
them
were
a
just
dollar.
getting rid of junk.
Wow.
This ain't junk.
Yeah. Not junk, it's treasure.
That's right.
Yes.
You've been trained well.
So Ava, what's your favorites? What do you
my-
have that's your favorite?
My favorite is this Care Bear. This one used to be my mom's Care Bear.
Oh wow.
So it means a lot.
So what's your favorites to collect? Or you already answered that, didn't you? That was no, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm going backwards.
Mine's probably, this one's hard because I like strawberry shortcake a lot. And then My Little Ponies, though. I have like
Show off your one you got right
a
there.
bunch of My Little Ponies. This one was my second My Little Pony, and I got this one at a yard sale for $1. It's a little it had a twin.
Oh wow.
But I only have one of them. The other twin has yellow hair and it's white. So it's
show off
opposite.
your book. Show your book.
Oh yeah.
She got this thing for Christmas, and when we got it, like she'd sit down for hours just looking at this
When
book.
I got it, and I have one for the 90s ponies.
So
And it just shows,
it's
it
like a
gives out-
catalog, and it shows
and it gives out every single
the
pony
date,
that
the
was made
series, all the
for
cones,
that, and
and
it's in this book. And if I need to look up a pony, I can just grab this thing.
And this
instead
is
of
for
going on
her.
Google.
This is her whole complete G1 encyclopedia. So if she needs to look for or find out a name or something,
I can just go through this.
it's
book and
like a
find
whole
it.
complete like
and it shows
dictionary
the
of.
accessories, what
It
makes
shows
it
the
special.
accessories. Tells about the character. Everything. This is like.
Everything.
And when I got this for her for Christmas, she was in this book like nonstop.
And so this one. This one.
Oh, show the book I was in
90s one.
nonstop.
This one has all the 90s.
It's over there.
Okay.
I got one similar to that.
Oh, we also got a giant He-Man book, and it's like this thick.
Mine's
It's every
pretty
single
similar.
mini comic.
But
And get it.
This one's
I remember that I had a lot of the when I was little I had a lot of the original My Little Pony sets, but I just didn't understand that they were collectibles at the time. I was just like, "Ooh, these are pretty."
yeah.
Oh wow.
Wait, I'm gonna actually go get all my
Yeah, that's
toys.
one thing I said. Well, if we're gonna start collecting, we're gonna get the complete guide to whatever we're collecting, so we can
Easier than like
find out what accessories they take, what they don't take. So
their names, and it shows like different variations of it. So like, there's a character that has like 4 different colors of a helmet, and
Yeah.
it lists that.
yeah, all the different variations through the years, different waves, different series.
Be a cool place.
So
Wow. Dang.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Leonardo is your favorite turtle.
no, Raphael is.
Whoa,
Ooh.
Raph, really?
Yep.
Donatello's always been our
But
boy.
you've got Leo right behind you, so that's why I jumped to that conclusion.
My graph.
When I was a wee lad, when it was new,
We laugh.
Leo was kind of my favorite, but as I got older, it turned into Raph. So I'm strictly a Raph guy now.
I'm
Why
Raph.
is that? I want to know.
Because I feel I relate to Raph more because of the temper and I used to have a short fuse and stuff, and so grumpy, temper. So I'm like, he's my guy.
So you and Casey would, go out and, use
Bicker.
hockey sticks and
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Right.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
So if you guys were to get, if there was one rare collectible that you could get, what would it be and why?
I'll let the youngins go first because that
Mine-
one's a hard one for me.
Mine would be probably the Rapunzel pony, which is a very pretty pony. I have it in the encyclopedia. And I once saw it when I was like 5, when I started getting into the vintage toys. And I didn't know it was a vintage because I didn't know how to identify a vintage toy.
Right.
And I saw it at a yard sale and they wanted $1, but I thought it was a fake because its leg was pointing out this way than a regular pony.
And it was like this long.
Yeah.
So that's where the books come in handy.
Nice.
Now you know.
I didn't even know they had books like that.
Neither did I.
Right?
Okay, I have a couple girls. I can't pick one I want. And most of mine are Masters related. I basically want all the Masters figures that are from different countries. Like the special variations. So Black Blood Mosquitor, Camouflage Cobra, Lazy Light Skeletor, He-Man, and then the big ones. They got these in Spain. They sell these big giant statues of these characters that aren't made in normal size.
Oh wow.
Megator and Titus, and it was sort of like pre-Eternia,
It was He-Man.
it was like 1,000 years before He-Man. It was
Eternia.
really-
You know how adorable it is to hear him just rock out. That was
Pre-Eternia.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Almost stuff.
He's got a lot of knowledge up in that noodle of his. That's for sure. A lot more than me. If I ever have a question about something, I usually ask him.
Oh my gosh, I feel you there,
You
Joe.
know, you're like, what's this guy's name?
Sometimes Mom asks me sometimes vintage stuff because she doesn't know much. I know a lot.
Yeah, and we live through it. My that one's hard because there's tons of toys that I really, really want to get. One of the ones I've been wanting here lately that's not necessarily rare per se. There's two that's not really rare, but they're expensive.
Ooh, okay.
The one is the 1977 Shogun Warrior Godzilla. He's about this big.
Dang.
He's got the little fist that flies off. He's got the little knob where his tongue comes out, and
He's so
Those
cool.
he's
things-
got wheels, I
see-
think, on the bottom.
We seen one and it was just a hand and a pamphlet. It was going for $75
Just for the hand.
and a pamphlet. The instructions for it.
And the other one that I really would love to have is the 1991 WWF Dusty Rhodes, the Hasbro Dusty Rhodes. Mint on card. I'd like to have old Dusty on mint on card.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
why did you get the little one?
Well, there you go.
I'm not joking. Remember that thing that he said on an interview? And he's going, "That's hard times. That's hard times." I know that whole entire
We
line.
don't know all of it, but
Well, I
you
know
know a
half
good
of it.
Well, I want to hear that one.
But she
That's
sat
hard
in her
times.
bedroom with his phone and just like
On the
recorded
mic.
it.
And
Her
I
singing.
was
Oh,
like,
I wish I had my phone on me. I'd try.
that's hard times. That's hard times. When they kick you in the butt,
No,
and they replace you with a computer, and they give you go watch, and they say, get out of here. That's hard times, Daddy. That's hard times.
But she said, what?
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
We love. I'm telling you, my kids
love
are
Disney
old fashioned at heart, man. They love all the old stuff.
But the
you
way
know?
she says it when they kick you in the what?
That was an accident. My voice cracked. It was an accidentally voice crack, and I was like, oh.
The voice cracks and goes deeper. But yeah, those are like the two that I mean, there's like I could sit here probably for the next hour telling you toys that I would dream to have, but right off the top of my head, those two for me would be like something really cool to have.
Well, hey, I mean, Godzilla is kind of, it's a god. I mean, it's like the main one to get.
I just think of the sound from the movies. You know, the Godzilla sound. That's terrible. That's a
Did
terrible.
you actually know that sound was a bass of screeching? Someone took a bass,
A bass
and
guitar,
screeched it, and just went bang and made the sound.
Really? Is that how it was done?
Yeah.
it was a upright bass, doghouse bass, bass fiddle, whatever you like to call them. I call them uprights or doghouse basses. But anyways, the person who did the sound effect took a leather glove and put resin all over his glove,
And just
rubbed his hands right down the strings, and that's the sound of Godzilla.
And it goes,
Wow,
Wow, I had no idea.
that's
yeah,
weird.
you find a clip, and it shows you, like, now that you hear it, it sounds like that sounds
Every
like
time I hear Godzilla now, that's all I hear is somebody just running their hands down a bass guitar.
Wow. Yeah. No, I never would have put that together. That's amazing.
Well, and especially because it's like you don't think that some sounds like that aren't like computer generated.
So here's 1954 Godzilla.
You just think that
Yep.
they're like you think that.
Oh my God! Now that you mentioned, I
it
can
does
hear
sound like
it.
it sounds like they're hitting strings.
Yeah.
This is a 1955 Godzilla. Okay, I'm a dork. I'm sorry.
So
Now
do
I
you
have
guys
to know.
have?
I'm sitting here playing all the
I know
Godzilla
it turns
noises.
out.
Dang!
Do you
totally
guys
see it.
have-
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry.
you know what
moving on.
you've done? She's nerding out over
I'm
here.
all like, Godzilla! Oh wow.
Do you guys have some of your collectibles that are more meaningful? I mean, I know you guys have like your favorites, but are there some that like kind of like how Ninja Turtles, you never wanted to give those up? Do you guys have like more meaningful ones to you?
Absolutely.
This
Take it away, Mike.
I was gonna say the Care Bear. Yep.
favorite for ponies would be this one.
Here, you got it.
This one.
Ooh.
This is the only sea pony I have.
It's a sea pony.
And it has
Oh.
very
Peter.
sound.
But
And in the encyclopedia, this is the exact same.
this Care Bear got our moms through some hard times.
Yeah, my wife. I don't want to go too deep into her story, but she had a rough childhood, and this Care Bear actually got her through a lot of really, really, really rough times. And so once she heard the stories and stuff like that, that's why she holds this close, near, dear to her heart. And so this is really special to her. And that's how she got started into it.
That's amazing.
This is gonna be hard to pick up.
I'm going to have to help him with his. A lot of
Oh.
Yeah.
a lot of y'all, if y'all been following me for a while, we were
Let me help
A-okayed by a friend of mine that I work with. And it's probably one of the A-okays of the ages for me for being an old toy guy. But it's basically his, you know.
Careful with it.
This is we're gonna get this we're gonna get plexiglass. Yes.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
On the back it shows
That's a
wave
38-year-old
1,
box.
wave 2.
We have probably about a 98% complete Castle
all we need is this
Grayskull.
stupid flag and this stupid flag.
That's
Yeah, we're
it.
missing like 2
The
things.
flag's $40. It's a little flag. It's paper. It's paper.
And this will never leave our collection by no means. And the box is gonna stay
And we have
with
a
it.
poster.
So this is his
So
near.
is it like a toy set or is it a puzzle?
It's
The
a
toy set.
like a we'll show you the little ones version.
This is the box for this
This
thing.
is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Abrams, but this isn't the one.
This one's like only missing 2 pieces, and this thing's
Yeah.
complete.
I had to buy that one so Abe could play with it.
Because he
'Cause-
wanted to play with that, and we were like,
I said,
no,
no, kid. You
you can play with the shell.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, are you playing with the Grayskull in the box?
It's
All
a
right.
8-year-old box.
My all-time precious item is this guy right here.
Ah.
It's as big as Abe.
The story behind this is, long story short, I was adopted by my grandparents as a baby.
Oh.
So my grandparents were obviously older. We didn't have a lot of money because I think at the time my grandma was getting the Social Security. My granddad was their mom and dad. So I'm just saying I always called them mom and dad, but so I don't confuse anybody. They're grandma and grandpa. Basically only surviving off of his income.
Right.
And then he ended up getting sick to where he couldn't work. He ended up having like a brain aneurysm.
God.
And then he survived it. And after that, he couldn't really do much. So we went, and we didn't have a lot of money growing up because, like I said, it was low income family. I'm living with 2 seniors. And I saw this guy at the grocery store on a rack. And I begged my mom, please, can I have it? I want to get one, please, please. She's like, no, we can't afford it. And when we got up to the line, my dad told the lady, go ahead and ring up one of those. And my mom was like, what are you doing? We can't afford that. He's like, just let the boy have it. And so I went over to the rack, I picked them up, and I've had them ever since. And I got this, I think I want to say early 89, I think.
Wow.
And my old man ended up passing away a couple years later from cancer. So that's one reason why I held on to this, because this is one of the best memories I had with my dad because he died when I was 10. So I didn't have a whole lot of memories to keep, but I do have this one, and this is why I keep this one. And this will never leave me unless something happens. If the house burns down, then obviously I can't control that, but I'll buy another one. But this one right here won't ever leave.
And it's passed on to me for a little bit. But I gave it back to him.
That's an amazing story, Jim. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you. So that's what
Grandma's over there like.
I'm like all choked up, dude. Oh my gosh.
that's like I said, that's kind of like why I like collecting the old toys now, is because one, they're interested in it, which rekindles the fire in me. Plus, like I said earlier, I go after the stuff that I kind of wanted as a kid but couldn't afford because we didn't have a lot of money.
Sure.
And like when He-Man came out, I had one He-Man figure when I was a real little kid, and that was Prince Adam.
Wasn't even He-Man.
And it wasn't even He-Man. I'm like, all I wanted was a He-Man and like Skeletor, one of those. I got to play with these type figures when I went to visit with an aunt and uncle who had grandkids, and they had a suitcase full of all the figures. So that's how I got to play with some of these.
Right.
But I only had Prince Adam.
Okay.
And that's kind of like why once the Turtles came along, I slowly started accumulating a lot of figures. I'd get other family members would get me a figure for Christmas. I might get one for my birthday or something like that. And that's kind of how I started saving from that point on, my Turtles and stuff.
Right. I remember the biggest collection we've ever had was from the 1990s animated series, the Justice League toys. I seriously got like just tubs of those things like every
yeah, no,
Christmas.
we
We got the space
I
tower.
will not let them get rid of those.
No,
Like,
we still have a
the
drawer of like all the
Watchtower,
original
yeah,
ones.
I
Yeah.
Time that we got a whole
There's some
box.
stuff you just can't get rid of.
Remember that
No.
time we got a whole box of like little figures and
Yeah,
stuff? It was,
full of
like,
Batmans and stuff.
cool. Yeah.
Right. I had seen Werewolf by Lunchtime had said that they had gotten a teddy bear from when they were born and they still had it. I know that you had an old teddy bear that you still have of mine, but the one that comes to my head immediately is when I had broken my arm. I was like 9, and they gave me like this, and it was like a huge surgery because somehow I managed to snap both bones in half. And I remember they had given me like a, hey, you got through the surgery, and it was just like this little bear thing. I still have it.
Well, and they all signed it. Like it has like a T-shirt.
Well, it
on
like has like the shirt on it from the
yeah.
actual hospital that had done the
And, like,
the surgery.
The nurses and the doctors all signed it. For
Yeah.
You. Like, it's super faded, but like, that's what nostalgia is all about. It's memory, love, and you know, that kind of thing. So.
And when I was a kid, there was just a lot of stuff. I don't know. I wasn't a pack rat per se, but I kept a lot of my stuff, you know.
Right. Same.
Like I still have. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but the show Alf.
Oh yeah.
Hardy.
Except we 8 cats, and I have 5 cats. That's not okay.
Hardee's. I think it was Hardee's or Burger King. I think it was Burger King. Burger King at the time, back in the late 80s, I think it was, or mid 80s. They had for their Happy Meals, they had like little Alf puppets, and they had like 5 different kinds, and I still have the one that I got.
Wow.
But it's stuff like that I hold on to, and it's hard for me to get rid of some stuff because I say, well, I've had it this long, I might as well keep it longer.
This is my little thing that I can't let go. These little dudes.
Oh my gosh, what is all that? I want to know.
I see a Batman.
Oh yes, I approve.
I remember Christmas morning. I remember getting Thor and all these cool guys. And
This one is probably
Spider-Man
the
and
most
stuff.
meaning,
Yeah.
the most
Right.
meaningful Magic necklace I
No,
have.
that was Mr. Freeze, I
I
think.
think this
Yeah.
one was my, I think it was
stuff.
like
I can't let these go.
3.
And I've had these
I was
for
3.
almost 9 years.
And I got this little Mike Magowski.
Oh my gosh.
But there's so many.
Yeah, now Abe, he plays with these. A lot of
He
these.
plays with them all.
He plays with a lot of these in the tub. But yeah, this is
This is just stuff I can't let go.
Wow. Oh, it's a Kilowog. Yo.
I had
We used to have more of these
More.
too.
We
But
had like
I don't think it's Jerry's.
story.
It
Two
wasn't
things.
Jerry's.
No, it was the ice cream thing.
I
Yeah.
had this awesome Two-Face one. And he was like, but it was like the purple and orange variant of Two-Face. And he came with like this, like, it came with like a big, like, quarter coin, like plastic quarter. And it had like a little quarter gun. You could like shoot it with. I remember playing with it. And like, the next like couple months, didn't know where it went.
Oh,
And when we moved, we literally packed up everything and we never found it. And I never took it.
Aw.
I don't know where it went.
That's happened to a lot of my stuff,
You probably
too.
find it again when you're 20.
Same story with
that's the
Yo
story of
Hal
my
Jordan.
life. Moving a lot. I went to, for my whole school career, I went to 12 different schools.
Oh God, Jim, I feel you.
It was like almost every year I went to a different school.
Oh, that's the worst.
And the same
I
story goes for
understand, man.
Green Lantern.
So I didn't have the opportunity to make a lot of friends and to do all the boy stuff. You know, we were like gypsies almost, but we stayed in the same area.
Yeah. But you
We
know
were
what, Jim?
mostly
That's why
gypsies.
we've got kids now.
What's that?
That's why we've got kids now.
Yes.
Yes. I feel you, brother.
Yeah. So we're stationary for a while now. I just recently purchased my first home about 3.5 years ago. So
Congratulations,
Wow,
man.
hey.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we were renters for quite a while.
yeah, we were turning into
Pretty much
rent
all
for
my life.
life. But we got out of
Look
that.
at you laying down roots.
Yeah. Hey, hallelujah.
Hey, Rule.
But I think that's it. I came to the end of my questions because you guys answered a couple of them as we went along. So I'm all out. I'm down. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I know we lost the little one about halfway through.
Yeah. His attention span's about that big.
That's all. That's
He
all.
just wanna
it's late for
make
you
some
guys.
noise and be a
Yeah,
nuisance.
it is really late for you guys. I'm so sorry. Kiddos, go to bed. Go to bed. Sorry. Well, thank you guys so much for coming
Thanks for
on the
having
show.
us.
Thank you to everybody who's been watching and who's been commenting. This show has been a lot of fun.
Yep.
So thank you guys for hopping on. And I think with that, we will see you all